Hey Bears, I'm Jenny.
And I'm Ella.
And we'll be your hosts for this March Assembly. To start things off, let's take a look at last season's sports stats and see what sports will be starting in Season 2 here at OHS.
Hey Bears, we're proud to say that we had a successful and safe first season. Volleyball went 9-3 and 8-2 in league, with a second place finish and 6 seniors finishing off their high school careers strong. Girls soccer went 9-1 with 1 tie and a 7-0 record in league, finishing in first place. Football went 4-1 with 16 seniors moving on, a second place finish in the league, and several passing records set by sophomore quarterback Gabe Downing. Girls swim went 8-0 with 9 seniors and Lauren Wilson rewriting the record book with 3 individual school records and 1 team relay record. Boys cross country had 3 seniors, and junior Ethan Coleman won the SSC SO League championship race. The team finished second. And girls cross country had 4 seniors and took second place in league. We are so incredibly proud of all of our athletes for finishing our Season 1 so strong. And with that, Season 2 sports are starting today. Those include baseball, boys soccer, fast pitch, girls tennis, boys and girls track and field, boys swimming, and boys and girls golf. Excited to see these sports play after a full year removed due to the pandemic.
Thanks, Ella, for that sports recap. Next, I'm going to pass it off for a performance by our OHS drill team. We've missed you guys so much.
We love seeing the Bears back together. Speaking of being together, let's see how our hybrid Bears are doing in our new segment, Cohort Scholars.
How are you adjusting to the new hybrid schedule?
It's definitely been a challenge, but I have been trying to stay organized and keep a planner and just have a positive attitude while going into this new experience. So it's been good.
To give a shout out to any teacher, who would it be and why?
Miss McNamara, probably, because she has like a lot of energy and stuff, and I don't know, her class is always pretty exciting and interesting. Sometimes in a bad way, but no, I'm kidding. No, but I really like her class a lot.
Hey Simone, what are those cool stickers you're holding?
These are the stickers from Stand and the Asian American Council supporting our Asian students.
What time does the first in-person class end?
12:50.
Oh, she actually got it. What time does the first in-person class end?
3.
Close, but not quite. The correct answer is 12:50.
Just being safe.
Mr. Ray, name the 3 vice principals in 20 seconds.
Ms. Kelly Batstone, Ms. Welsh, and Mr. Terrell.
Name 3 of our vice principals.
I know one of them lives in my neighborhood, and that's about it.
What month does March represent?
March is Women's History Month.
Who is your favorite woman in history?
My favorite woman in history is Kimberly Crenshaw. Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Princess Diana, because she just really exuded kindness and is just a beast. I just love her.
Good answer.
Queen Elizabeth I from the 16th century.
My favorite woman in history is Beyonce.
Rosa Parks.
My favorite woman in history has to be Mrs. Ray, of course.
Michelle Obama. probably.
Good answer.
On the last day of March, take the time to show the strong women in your life some appreciation. Thank your moms, teachers, crosswalk ladies, friends, and more for everything they do.
Read up on some amazing female figures in our history, like Rosa Parks or Katherine Johnson. But do not forget, it is important to support female creators and business owners just in general, not just for 1 month.
Wait, Catherine, don't we have some awesome, wonderful women in STEM right here at our school?
Say, Tina, I think you're right. Let's go interview them.
This is Ms. Hoagie, who is our totally awesome AP Computer Science and AP Calculus AB teacher. A lot of girls feel discouraged studying STEM in college because it is a male-dominated field. What or who inspired you to pursue it?
Ooh, I think growing up, my parents really encouraged me to just learn about like whatever I wanted to, and always encouraged me to read and to check out like as many books as I wanted to from the library. And we always would watch like PBS Nova shows and Discovery shows. So I definitely say it was my parents who gave me the abilities and the ideas to kind of pursue whatever I wanted to, which just happened to be science and math. I was really interested in both of those growing up.
The hard work you put in then is definitely paying off now, especially since you received an award recently. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Oh, sure. It was through AP College Board, and it wasn't just me who won the award, but it was OHS and several other schools across the country. So what College Board does is they award certain high schools who have either a 50-50% male-female ratio in their computer science classes or higher. And we've been at the 50-50 mark for the past 2 years.
That's awesome. As a girl going into STEM in college, it's great to have such an awesome female role model here at OHS. And I know a lot of other people feel the same way.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time, Ms. Hoagie. And now on to another epic STEM bearer, Ms. Carson.
Awesome.
Mrs. Carson is a teacher here at OHS. She teaches physical science as well as earth and space science. But before teaching at OHS, she had a professional career as a geologist. Mrs. Carson, would you like to tell us more about your career in STEM?
Kat, sure. It's great to see you and great question. For sure. So I spent about 13 years before becoming a teacher as a geologist, which means I worked on landslides and faults and all kinds of great stuff all over the United States. I really love teaching and working in STEM because I can take my professional experience looking at tectonics in our region and more globally and bring it into the classroom. So not only can we take science in the real world, but we can apply it in the classroom, which gets students engaged. And things like saying, if we understand how carbon-14 works, can we actually go core a tree and carbon date it to see how old it is? So teaching STEM opens people's minds, gets them excited about the science careers. And I really believe that in my classroom, I see every single year so many of our future leaders in the science field, people that will go out and better our communities and better our planet through understanding of how our natural systems work.
Mrs. Carson, I heard you sometimes get your students involved in your summer field work. Would you like to talk more about that experience?
Oh, Kat, great question too. Oh my gosh. So during the summers, teachers don't always take breaks. Sometimes we like to go out and do other things, and we have other pursuits as well. So one of my big things I love to do is to go out and core subfossil trees. Those are trees that have been buried in the Olympic area and around the Puget Sound during the last major tectonic event 1,100 years ago when there was movement on the Seattle and Tacoma Fault. Really exciting. It's called neotectonics. And yes, I take students out in the field with me during the summers, so not only can they look at how science is practiced in the field, but they can learn methodology for sampling and processing samples as we try to correlate tree death to movement on fault systems. So I get students out in the field with me this summer. I'd love to take you guys out and have you carry chainsaws and heavy equipment, of course, for me, but learn how to core trees, learn how to process samples, learn how to extract samples for carbon-14 dating, get involved in the research part of it, but also the processing and presentation through publications and activities such as conferences in our local area. So I always want students to be involved in this work. It's so important to get this real world hands-on experience. So come find me if you are interested. Thanks, Kat.
That sounds amazing. I would love to be out in the field with you. Mrs. Carson, your passion for teaching and science definitely shines through here at OHS. And we heard recently you got recognized back in January for your work that you've done over these past few years. We heard the Partners in Science program recently acknowledged you. Would you like to talk more about that?
Oh, sure, Kat. Yeah, it's really exciting. So the Partners in Science program, to start, is a awesome program that couples a science teacher, either a middle school or high school science teacher in the Pacific Northwest region, with a professor of science at a local university. So I was able to work with Professor Pat Pringle, who's now retired. Amazing geologist. He works in the Olympics on subfossil trees and got me into subfossil tree research after I did a bunch of work in the deltas during graduate school on the Hood Canal. Same kind of idea of really awesome work. So the award itself goes to teachers that couple their research and bring it into the classroom. And really it's not only to honor the teacher, but the best part of it is it's a big monetary award for our school that can buy equipment for us to do research and hands-on laboratory experiences and bring them into the classroom. So the award is not only exciting for me, which is great, but most importantly, it's exciting for our students and our science community because we can get more equipment and more research opportunities for the students in my courses and in our science department.
Especially as a woman in STEM, you are a huge inspiration for a lot of bears who are thinking of pursuing that field of study after high school. You rock.
Thanks, Kat.
Get it, geology?
We also want to give a huge shout out to all of the women teaching at OHS. You are all wonderful educators and your work does not go unnoticed. Thank you for helping us all transition from remote learning back to hybrid. You are very appreciated.
Yes, we appreciate our female faculty very, very much. Now, as most of you know, many of our bears have been campaigning in the elections these last couple of weeks. So now we're so excited to announce our newly elected ASB officers.
Hey Bears, ASB VP Tina T here. I just wanted to let you know that we have elected our 2021 to 2022 ASB officer team. Congratulations to ASB President Grace Clark, ASB Vice President Katie Wolgamott, ASB Secretary Claudia Horton, and ASB Treasurer Smithy Somasundaram.
Hey Bears, my name is Grace Clark and I'm your new ASB President.
I'm Katie Wolgamott and I'm your new ASB Vice President.
I'm Claudia and I'm your new ASB Secretary.
And I'm Smithy Somasundaram, your new ASB Treasurer.
We are all so excited to work together as your new officers for the 2021 to 2022 school year.
We are prepared to put in the work to make our 2021-2022 school year the best it can be.
And we are all psyched to get to know everyone in our family.
And we are so excited to hopefully see you all in the building next year.
But most importantly, go Bears!
Go Bears!
Go Bears!
Go Bears!
You guys are going to do amazing next year. Now I'm going to pass it over to ASB Vice President Katie Wolgamott to tell you about our upcoming class officer elections.
Hey Bears, my name is Katie Wolgamott, and I am beyond excited that you guys elected me to be your next ASB Vice President. As part of my training, I will be a part of the class elections that are happening in May. If you are interested, there will be an informational Zoom on April 28th, where packets will be handed out. These informational packets will be due on May 5th, which gives you a week to campaign before the election day on May 12th. And if necessary, there will be runoffs on May 14th. As we come closer to May, I will be posting more on our Instagram, We Are Ole Bears, so please stay tuned.
Congratulations to all of the newly elected officers, and I can't wait to see some amazing candidates in the upcoming class officer elections.
Next, I want to check up on FBLA and DECA to see how our Bears have been engaging in entrepreneurship and leadership in their free time. First, let's speak with Alan He on what DECA's been up to.
Hi, my name is Alan He. I'm a junior here at Olympia High School, and I'm also the Vice President of Competition for our school's DECA chapter. DECA is a club organization that prepares emerging leaders and entrepreneurs in marketing, finance, hospitality, and management. In this year's virtual competition, 24 of our members qualified for the State Career Development Conference, and 2 of our members, Dweja Adamala and Emma Bonbright, will go on to compete at the International Career Development Conference. Also, Danu Sunshu was elected Area 8 President for the 2021-2022 DECA competition year. Huge thanks to Mrs. Fab and Miss Boyer for their hard work in making it such a wonderful experience for all members of the club.
Thanks for the update, Alan, and good luck DECA members in your future competitions. Next, I'm going to pass it over to John Lee for a short FBLA update.
Hey Olympia High School, my name is John and I've been running our school's FBLA chapter. If you don't know, it's called Future Business Leaders of America. If you haven't heard of it, join it next year or anything. But it is the assembly. I thought I would come on and give you a couple updates of what we've been up to. And I'll tell you this, we just finished our Winter Leadership Conference, or you can call it Regional Conference, and we had over 25 people placed in the top 6 in our region. You heard that right, 25. 25 guys, 25. That is insane. We swept the competition at the regional level, and the vast majority of our students will be attending the state conference that's coming up in the next month. So if you see anyone, if you have any friends who is involved in FBLA, give them a good luck and say, hey, you're going to do amazing at the state conference. Now, along the line of the state conference, as not a lot of you guys probably know this, but Olympia High School has a huge tradition of having state officers in FBLA at our school. So, of course, we're going to be running state officers, and we're going to be running 4 of them. The names being Nidhi Krishna, Dwija Adamala, Sriram Pati, and your one and only Smithy Samasundram. So all these people, give them a real big shout out because they're under a lot of pressure and stress. But if you see them, just say, hey, you got this, and they'll be good to go. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys today, but you guys have a fantastic one. Adios.
Hey FBLA members, you've got this. Thanks, John, for all of your energy. That was a wonderful update.
Our next segment is dedicated to the Community Closet Crew to give us a little more information about this amazing resource we have here at OHS.
Come up the stairs onto the second floor in the 500 hall. It's the first door on your left. We have a variety of hygiene products. We also have an assortment of men's and women's clothes.
Not only that, but we have
Fairwear! We also have tons of shoes to choose from.
And when homecoming and prom season rolls around, we have formal attire,
dresses, and suits. If you'd like to check out the closet, contact your school counselor.
Thanks Sophia, Louisa, and Bess for that awesome video. For a final update, I just want to remind seniors that their senior drive-thru is today from 3 to 5:30 p.m. at the back Harlan Street entrance of the school. Jostens pickup, merch pickup, your senior timeline and sticker, participating in the senior class legacy gift, and many more surprises are prepared, so please try to attend.
And for our other bears who are not picking up a cap and gown, you've got this. Hang in there, stay safe, we're almost at the end of the year. Go Bears!